Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position, as today we are going to learn the subtle art of dogfighting. As you can see, there are 2 visible enemy jackals in the air already. I expect there will be a 4th shortly. Now, as we engage these enemy pilots, I will be giving you tips and tricks on how to become a more effective pilot in the air. Now, right now we are deciding which one to engage first. I'm thinking the one over Sakura. He is positioned nicely to where we can bank right and start making our way in his direction. Now, the pilots in this game are of varying degrees of experience, from beginner pilot all the way to Maverick. I do not know which one is which, and the only rule is that you must stay alive. It is a free-for-all of jackals. Now let's see where he is. Turning quickly is very important because you can position yourself right behind the enemy pilot like we are now. Okay, bandit number 1 has been taken out. That is 1 fighter jet destroyed. Now the second one is already on our tail, so we need to start banking as quickly as possible. We do not want to be going in the same direction with that enemy behind us, because that will put us in the corridor of death. Alright, so here we are making as tight a turns as possible. In order to do that, you need to tap the throttle. You see my right thumb? I am tapping the throttle, and it allows me to make very tight turns. If you keep on the throttle and do not let up on it at all, it will not allow you to make as tight of turns. Now this pilot right here, I think he's a little bit more experienced. He is making pretty tight turns, but we are able to overtake him based on the circle pattern that we're doing. Alright, keep banking left here, and it looks like he might be in our sights the very next time we make a 180-degree turn. So let's see here. And there we go. Second fighter jet destroyed. Now, as you can see right now, there is no one left in the air, but here comes the interesting part. We have set the parameters of this match to where an exploding jackal will not necessarily make you perish. So that means every solitary person who gets shot down can go back to their jackal. When it respawns, they can hop right back in, which gives us a never-ending supply of fighter pilots to keep fighting. We might actually have to wait a little bit for them to get back to their jackal. That's okay. We're not going to be cutting the video at any point. It's going to be straight, uncut, raw dogfighting. Now, the jackal by T3 Refinery just became active, so we can start making our way over there. As we're making our way to this 3rd pilot, I would love it if you guys smashed that like button. It really helps the video out and really helps us to get out to more people. Alright, here we go. Now, he was able to lock on, but I don't believe he hit us because we're only at 70 HP. And 1 round from the jackal will take you down to 56. Alright, now we are once again doing these circles as tight as possible, tapping that throttle. You see how I'm tapping it with my right thumb? That is very important. Alright, so that pilot right there came straight at us, which is kind of a good thing. It allows you to make a shot very quickly and be ready to pop those flares at any second. And we were able to get a shot off on him first, which gave us a huge advantage. Gives you a little bit more wiggle room if one of your turns aren't quite as tight as you'd like them to be. Because if they get a shot off, you still have 1 left. Now we're going to go ahead and jump out of the jackal here, let it respawn, because we do not want to run out of missiles. Because in a dogfight free-for-all, running out of missiles would pretty much mean that we were dead. Now, as you can see, I'm jumping higher than normal because we have tweaked the settings of this private match to favor the jackal pilot. Our HP is set to 300, so we will not die if we are still in the jackal. Looks like the bandit from up north is heading our way. We have to be very careful because there are still 4 other enemy pilots alive in this game. So as we engage one, another one can come up behind us and make things very difficult. Now, a helicopter just got spawned at crash site, so they're probably going to be heading towards another jackal. Alright, this is Bandit 4. Ooh, our missile did not lock on. Oh, we stalled. Alright, when you stall, keep on that throttle, let off it, keep on it, tap it just like you would be doing tight turns. And I will say this, it does not always work. Sometimes you cannot recover from a stall. Now, if you noticed there how it said I was out of control, I actually did that on purpose. I jumped into the passenger seat in order to stall the jet, slow my speed, and better position myself behind the enemy pilot. Now he is a little bit lower altitude. He's right there. He's perfect position to be taken out. It's all about positioning when you're in a dogfight, because if you allow yourself to get in front of the enemy pilot and you're both going in the same direction, it is very hard to recover from that. It is much safer to actually try to do very tight turns and dance around them until somebody changes their behavior and positions themselves unfavorably. Now these two Jackals up north are looking like they're fighting. They might have actually just collided because they both disappeared off the map. Helicopter is active from the floating platform. It is heading south, probably towards the very next runway you can find to grab another Jackal. We might have ourselves a minute or two wait here while we wait for those Jackals to spawn. In the meantime, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for coming. We are having a lot of fun, and we have them in ways that are a little bit different than you'd expect. Now this video in particular is quite different from what we've done before. We usually hop into battle royale matches, hop into the Jackal, and cause complete chaos. Now this helicopter is heading towards that Jackal up north. We're going to allow it to get there because this match is all about the dogfights. Now could we follow that helicopter and shoot it down? Absolutely, but that would not benefit us for the purpose of this video. Now once again, you guys have been asking for dogfights for quite some time, so I apologize that it took me this long, but we are on our way to having some fun here. And I just realized that we are at 4 jets destroyed. Now the technical definition for an ace in terms of fighter pilots is any pilot who manages to shoot down 5 or more enemy aircraft without getting shot down themselves. So if we can manage 1 more shot, we will have ourselves an ace with the Jackal. This is bandit number 5. I do believe that is the Jackal skin for Maverick.Ace. He is another very capable pilot. If I had to pick someone in this match that would be able to take me out consistently, it might be Maverick. Then Quit YT is also very, very capable. Now, right here, Maverick is showing his experience. His turns are very tight. If you look at the mini-map, we are both doing very tight turns. We are kind of in a spiral dance. One cannot overtake the other because our Jackal speeds are matched. We're at full throttle. And this kind of dance can actually last for quite some time when you're going up against a pilot who knows how to turn as tight as the jet will allow. And here's the tricky part. Depending on who you're going against, it is a very bad move to change your pattern. So right here, neither one of us can get behind the other and fire off a shot. So really, nothing's going to change until one of us changes our flight pattern. Now usually that's me, but I've gone up against this pilot before. He knows my tricks. He does not get swayed by the Cobra maneuver anymore, and he will pull it off himself. So right now we're playing chess. We're going to slow play this, and we're going to keep doing these tight turns until he changes his behavior, or until something happens that causes us to have to change our flight pattern. Now this can get tiring, especially with someone who just doesn't want to wait for the other player, and then they end up changing. They'll change their altitude, they'll go higher, they'll go lower, they will try to stall the jet. But all of that puts you at risk at getting in front of the enemy pilot, and then when that happens, that's usually a fatal error. Alright, so Maverick is still doing these turns. I'm almost positive it's Maverick.Ace because that's the skin he uses. I could be wrong, but we're going to find out. Oop, alright. Ooh, here's the wrench in the system. We have a 3rd Jackal in the vicinity, to include ours, of course. Oh, come on. Oh, and we got the final kill needed to have an ace. and it looks like they shot down Maverick. So they came in, changed the pattern completely by adding a third Jackal, and we were able to get them shot down for the ace. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, but I don't recall ever seeing anyone shoot down 5 Jackals in a Call of Duty mobile game. I could be wrong, but that is definitely my very first ever Jackal ace in the game. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and there is much more to come.